The year was 2187, and humanity had already expanded its presence far beyond the Earth. Colonies thrived on distant planets, asteroids were mined for their precious resources, and space itself had become a frontier where once unimaginable dreams were realized. But none of these advancements compared to the momentous event that reshaped the course of history contact. In 2172, an alien species known as the Selran had made their presence known, not through force or domination but through knowledge. Their technology was more advanced than anything humanity had ever seen, and instead of hoarding it, they offered to share. What followed was an era of unprecedented collaboration, where both species came together to push the boundaries of science, technology, and architecture. Now, 15 years later, humanity and the Selran were on the brink of creating something monumental, a joint architectural marvel that would unite their strengths and knowledge. The site was on the planet Navasar, a remote world chosen for its vast, unspoiled lands. At the heart of this project stood Dr. Kieran Holt, chief engineer of the first ever interspecies construction, a massive hub of knowledge and learning, the Intergalactic Center for Knowledge. Kieran looked up at the towering skeleton of the building as dawn began to break over the distant horizon. His heart swelled with pride but was heavy with the weight of responsibility. The sky was bathed in shades of pink and orange, casting an ethereal glow over the alien landscape. He couldn't help but marvel at how far they had come, not just technologically, but as a collective race of beings willing to work together. Unbelievable, he murmured to himself. The structure, with its intricate, organic design inspired by Selran architecture, rose like a living being from the ground. It twisted and spiraled in ways that defied human engineering alone, a blend of metal, glass, and energy fields that shimmered in the morning light. It was more than just a building, it was a statement of unity. Dr. Holt. The voice was soft yet resonant, carrying an otherworldly calm. Kieran turned to see Vuron, the Selran lead architect, standing nearby. The Selran's presence was always striking. Their bodies were tall and elegant, their skin shimmering in hues of deep purple and silver that caught the light in ways that made them appear ethereal. Their faces, with clusters of dark eyes, exuded a serene wisdom that belied their alien features. Vuron Kieran greeted, unable to hide the tired smile on his face. The project's progressing well, isn't it? The Selran's black eyes blinked in perfect harmony. Yes, Kieran. The energy conduits have been successfully integrated, and the fusion generators will be operational soon. We are approaching a crucial phase. Kieran exhaled, the tension in his body easing slightly. Good, I want this to work. It has to work. Vuron's head tilted slightly, a gesture Kieran had learned to interpret as concern. You are troubled. Kieran glanced back at the towering structure, feeling a knot in his chest. It's not the technology or the designs. It's everything else. This project is more than just a building. It's the first real collaboration between our species. If we succeed, it'll change everything. But if we fail... His voice trailed off, the weight of the implications hanging in the air. Failure wasn't just an option, it was unthinkable. Too many lives, resources, and dreams had been poured into this endeavor. And yet doubt lingered in the back of his mind, fueled by whispers of resistance from both sides. We will not fail, Vuron said with quiet conviction. This structure, this union between our peoples, will stand as a testament to what we can accomplish together. You must trust in that. There was something about the calm confidence in Vuron's voice that eased Kieran's fears, if only for a moment. He nodded, feeling the weight of responsibility lessen. You're right, we'll make it work. But even as he said the words, a small voice at the back of his mind questioned them. There had been setbacks, unexplained delays, strange energy fluctuations, and an unsettling undercurrent of dissent. Some humans distrusted the Selran, seeing them as potential oppressors. Likewise, certain Selrans were uncomfortable with sharing their ancient knowledge with a race they considered too impulsive, too quick to act without fully understanding. These tensions had simmered beneath the surface since the project began. Kieran had dismissed them as minor obstacles, believing that the greater goal would unite everyone. But now, as the completion date neared, the cracks were becoming harder to ignore. That night, as Kieran worked late in his office, reviewing energy grid data, his comms device buzzed to life. The voice on the other end was distorted, unrecognizable. Dr. Holt, you're being watched. Not everyone wants this project to succeed. Kieran's blood ran cold. "Who is this?" "Listen carefully," the voice whispered. "There are forces both human and Selran working against you. Be cautious of those closest to you. This isn't over." The transmission cut off abruptly, leaving Kieran staring at the device in stunned silence. His heart raced, fear and anger twisting in his chest. Sabotage. From within his own team. He rushed to the control center where Vuron was overseeing the energy flow. His mind spun with possibilities. Who could it be? Why would anyone sabotage something this important? "Vuron, we need to talk." The Selran turned, sensing Kieran's agitation. "What has happened?" Kieran quickly explained the mysterious message, his frustration boiling over. "There's someone inside this project trying to destroy everything we've worked for. We need to find out who it is." Vuron's many eyes blinked slowly as it processed the information. "A saboteur," it said quietly. "I have sensed disturbances within the energy fields, but I did not anticipate such treachery." Kieran paced, his hands running through his hair as his mind raced. "We have to act fast. If they manage to disrupt the fusion cores or tamper with the energy grid, the whole site could be at risk." Vuron's voice remained calm, even as the severity of the situation became clear. "We must proceed with caution. Any sudden actions could alert the saboteur, and they may accelerate their plans." Kieran stopped pacing, his heart pounding in his chest. "So what do we do?" "We investigate quietly. Monitor the energy flow for anomalies, trace any disruptions back to their source, and most importantly, trust no one until we know more." Kieran nodded, though the idea of suspecting his own team filled him with dread. These were people he had worked with for months, some of them for years, and yet someone among them was trying to tear it all down. For days, they worked in secret. Vuron's team monitored the energy grid while Kieran discreetly questioned his human colleagues, trying to identify any inconsistencies in their behavior. It was exhausting both mentally and emotionally, but they couldn't afford to stop. The fate of the project and the fragile alliance it represented depended on their success. The breakthrough came one night when an energy anomaly was detected in one of the auxiliary power units. Kieran and Vuron rushed to the site, accompanied by a small, trusted team. As they approached, the hum of the generators filled the air, but something was off, a faint, irregular pulse that sent a chill down Kieran's spine. Vuron's many eyes narrowed. The disruption is coming from within the core. Kieran's heart pounded as they entered the power unit. Inside, amidst the glow of energy fields and machinery, they found a small, unmarked device attached to the core's control module. It was subtle, nearly invisible, but it had been designed to destabilize the energy flow and cause a catastrophic overload. Kieran's stomach twisted in disbelief. How could someone on our team do this? Vuron carefully removed the device, its tendrils manipulating the delicate components with precision. This is no ordinary sabotage. Whoever did this knew exactly how to compromise our systems. As they traced the device back to its source, the truth finally came to light. The saboteur was Razir, a Selran engineer who had always been quiet and reserved, but now it was clear why. Confronting Razir was one of the hardest moments for both Kieran and Vuron. "Why?" Kieran demanded, his voice laced with betrayal. "Why would you do this?" Razir's alien eyes glistened with a mix of anger and regret. "You do not understand, human. The Selran way is pure, and you are corrupting it. We are the guardians of knowledge, not collaborators with species who have yet to earn it." Kieran's fists clenched, his heart aching at the thought of all they had built together being thrown away by prejudice and fear. This project isn't about corruption. It's about learning from each other, growing together. Don't you see that? Vuron stepped forward, its voice gentle but firm. "You are wrong, Razir. This is about unity, not division. Together we are stronger. Together we are stronger. Together we can achieve things neither species could accomplish alone." Razir's eyes darted between them, uncertainty flickering across its alien features. For a moment, Kieran feared the worst, that Razir would try to sabotage them further. But then, slowly, Razir lowered its head. "You may be right," it admitted softly. "But I cannot be a part of it." With Razir removed from the project and the sabotage averted, the work continued. The atmosphere on site gradually shifted from one of tension and suspicion to a renewed sense of purpose. Humans and Selrans worked side by side, the mistrust that had once lingered between them slowly dissolving in the face of their shared goal. Kieran stood with Vuruln as the final touches were made to the Intergalactic Center for Knowledge. The building gleamed in the afternoon sun, a monument to the potential of interspecies cooperation. It was a marvel of engineering and artistry, an intricate blend of human and Selran design, standing tall as a beacon of what the future could hold. "Look at what we've built," Kieran said softly, his voice filled with awe. "It's more than just a building, isn't it?" Vuruln's eyes reflected the light of the setting sun, its tendrils shifting in agreement. "It is a testament to what we can achieve when we come together, despite our differences." Kieran felt a swell of pride and relief. They had done it. Not just in building a structure, but in proving that unity was possible. "We've shown that collaboration is the way forward." Vuruln turned to him, its many eyes filled with something Kieran could only describe as gratitude. "Yes, together we are stronger." As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the alien landscape, Kieran knew that they had not just built a center of knowledge, they had laid the foundation for a future where humanity and the Selran could truly thrive, side by side. The building would stand as a reminder that, no matter the challenges, unity could overcome all. And as the first visitors arrived, eager to learn from the vast repository of knowledge within, Kieran allowed himself to believe that this was only the beginning.